Hello. The EuCAPT video profile series consists of interviews of members of the community active in theoretical astroparticle physics and cosmology. So in these interviews, we discuss what's exciting in research, life in academia, and developments within the research community. My name is David Marsh. I'm an assistant professor here at Stockholm University. And today I'm excited to be joined by Olga Mena. Olga is a faculty member at IFIC in Valencia, and she's made a large number of important contributions to the fields of theoretical astroparticle physics and cosmology. Welcome, Olga.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you.
So let's start by getting to know you a bit. So first off, where are you from and how did you become interested in science?
I'm from Madrid, in Spain. I was born in Madrid. And then I used to love a lot of science. I was not sure in which field precisely of science. I was thinking more on becoming an engineer, but then someone told me physicists are the ones who ask, what is the problem? It needs to have a solution, and I'm gonna find it. And I really found attractive this way of reasoning, right? Like we are the ones finding the solutions to the problems. Engineers, after they apply our solutions to the way of doing things, right? To the way of work, right? But we are the ones answering the solutions. In my case, I would like to know now, and in the past as well, what is the fate of our universe? Where are we coming from? What is the origin also of this universe in which we are living, right? So these questions, are really exciting, and I really hope to find a decent solution in my lifetime.
So can you briefly describe your career trajectory to date? So what positions have you held, when and where?
I started my PhD in the University of Madrid. And while I was doing my PhD, I visited some institutions in Europe. I was in Oxford University in UK. I was also at CERN during almost 1 year during my PhD. After that, I moved to the US, to the Fermilab National Laboratory, where I was working with both particle physicists and cosmologists during 3 years, from 2003 until 2006. Then I moved to the University of Rome, La Sapienza, with an European contract, a Marie Curie contract, for 1 year and a half. It was for 2 years, but then I got a tenure track offer from Spain. So I moved from Rome, in which I spent like 1.5 years, from the end of 2006 till the beginning, let's say spring 2008, sorry. And then I moved to Spain in 2008. I first started as a tenure track in the University of Barcelona, but then I moved to Valencia, where I work now, in an institute which is, is shared university and also the Research Council of Spain, FESIC. The institute is named IFIC, and I've been working there since 2008. And that's more or less my trajectory.
So in your career so far, at what point were you the most excited, and what was it that you were excited about?
Well, anytime a new discovery of data is announced, I get excited. This is the nice thing about this work, that is always exciting. It's not just at what point. Because observations in our universe, at Earth, right? Experiments are delivering data continuously, and what makes interesting a field is this amount of data, right? To be able to explain these observations. So data releases from catalogs, CMB galaxies, neutrino observatories, right? I feel always nervous when a data release is coming, because I am eager to understand what these observations imply for my possible models, for my ideas. For instance, and this happens very, very often. For instance, last week, there was this announcement from the IceCube neutrino telescope observatory in the South Pole, where they were claiming the first I mean, high significance discovery for a steady source of high energy neutrinos. This is amazing. I mean, this is something unthinkable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like every year, basically, or even more often, there is something new in the field that makes me feel excited about it and happy to do my work. So.
At the moment, what are the most exciting open questions in your research area?
So I would say, what is dark matter? To me, this is a really, really fascinating question. What is dark matter? It is a new particle. It is something we are not understanding in our picture of the universe. What is missing there? And also, what is dark energy, of course? I mean, what are these two ingredients, which are the dominant ones in our universe? And again, this brings me back to my first question. What is the fate of the universe and what is the origin of the universe, right? And it depends on the nature of these two things that we don't know. So, yes.
So what do you like and dislike about being a scientist?
So I would say I like everything. I mean, once, short ago, once I have heard from another physicist that life is too short to have a job that you don't like, right? So, I mean, we spend plenty of hours per day in our working, right? So we need to like our work, right? So I really like everything. Except that maybe now, when one gets more senior, bureaucracy starts to be kind of heavy. I mean, kind of heavy, you know, I mean, like takes plenty of my time, and I really like research. I also like a lot outreach. I mean, I don't mind in sacrificing research time in outreach time, because I think it has really, I mean, it has also really important implications for society, you know, and science, the impact of science in society, basic science, right? But bureaucracy sometimes is really, really difficult to deal with, because I mean, half of the time we are asking for money, and then the other half we are justifying what we did with the money, right? So I mean, for research, I mean, so it's very important. I know, because I mean, we need budget to travel and to form PhD students and to organize schools and seminars and workshops, but it's sometimes it's very, very complicated, and it's very tedious to apply for all these things. It's all about deadlines, and then to justify the fellowships or the programs you have been granted. I mean, this is the only dark side, let's say, of this of this work. So, in my point of view, of course.
So what new skills would you like to learn in the next year? Are there any skills you would like to pick up?
Yeah, I've been saying this to myself since 5 years ago. I mean, I would like to learn a new fancy programming language like Python, but really not just to be able to change some parts of the code, but just coding a full thing on Python. I mean, I was born speaking Fortran, then I moved, thank God I moved to C, but then I stopped in C. And I really want to become an expert on Python. I mean, I know how to deal with, to do plots and figures, and they are very nice. But still, I mean, I prefer to speak C or even Fortran. I mean, so anyways, new programming skills. Yeah, renovate myself. Yeah.
Cool. Are there any advances or new results in particular that you're excited and looking forward to over the next few years or the next decade or so?
Yes, I mean, next generation surveys, for instance, will give us information about the nature of dark matter and dark energy. For instance, maybe we have 21 centimeter observations, right, available in the next decade. Also, from the neutrino side, Dune experiment, I mean, it's expected to at some point start taking data. And who knows, maybe there is some some surprise, right? We need also surprises, right? Not only the program, the things which are programmed. Maybe a supernovae explosion in in our galaxy. It's like 1/3 per century, right? More 1 to 3 per century, and the last one was in 1987. So I hope to live one of these explosions in my lifetime, right? I mean, so, and then of course profit from the neutrinos from such emission, and do as many physics as I can. So yeah, many things I'm excited about. And of course, now that IceCube has identified this, has robustly identified one source of high energy neutrinos, now plenty of them will be discovered, I guess. So yeah.
What do you think is the biggest obstacle that's slowing down research in your field?
Bureaucracy. I mean, in my case, I mean, sometimes I just have to deal with these things, as I told you. I mean, either asking for fellowships or programs, or I mean, yeah, this is a heavy, I mean, weight, let's say. I mean, so. But, I mean, many of my research time, sometimes I have to devote it to bureaucracy. But on the other hand, if we don't have funds, we cannot do a proper research. So it's unavoidable, let's say.
So what do you hope to see accomplished scientifically in the next 50 years?
I mean, I would really like to know what is dark matter. I mean, what is dark matter? Is, as I said before, I mean, because I'm completely sure that answering these questions will solve many of the other existing problems that we have in particle physics, for instance. I think that the answer to this question will solve many open puzzles and many open questions in a huge variety of fields: astrophysics, cosmology, particle physics, you know. So I think that this is, to me, the most, I mean, exciting thing could happen in the next 50 years. But yeah.
Okay, so EuCAPT is formed to stimulate and help bring together astroparticle theorists and cosmologists in Europe. So what do you think EuCAPT, what role do you think EuCAPT could play in developing this field in Europe?
Well, I mean, EuCAPT, I think that is a great opportunity, because it's a huge and a strong network of scientists looking at the universe with very different glasses, right? So, I mean, we are complementing our efforts and collaborating to make the field exciting, and also to getting involved and transmitting not only among us, but also to society, that basic science is a fundamental tool, right, today. So, I mean, in my case, since I look to the universe with very different glasses, right, neutrinos from neutrino observatories, also galaxies, right, 21 centimeter observations, right, I think that my viewpoint is a multi-messenger approach, right? So I think that I can really fit well in the network, because I have different perspectives, right? And I think that this is very crucial, and it is precisely what EuCAPT exploits, right? This richness in the field of astrophysics and cosmology, and also astroparticle physics, right? So that's why I find myself really well fitting into EuCAPT.
So on a more personal note, so how do you relax after a period of hard work? Do you have any interest outside physics that you'd like to share with us?
Well, when I was a teenager, and also, when I was younger, right, I used to dance a lot, dancing, classical dance. Now what I do is basically I swim. I really like swimming. And I also like walking a lot. And I like doing puzzles, you know, resolving puzzles, huge puzzles. I mean, I have plenty of them. I glue them after finishing them. I mean, I really adore puzzles. And it's really, really weird because I'm a very nervous person. I'm a very hyperactive person. But when I put myself in front of a puzzle, it's the same than when I put myself in front of a calculation, right? It's like time stops and it's only the calculation and myself, or it's only the puzzle and myself. People can talk to me. My kids can keep asking me questions that my mind is completely gone. It's completely gone, either in my calculations or either in my puzzles, right? In some sense, my calculations are also puzzles. So, I mean, I really enjoy doing these things in my life. And I think that they are really relaxing and also rewarding. So, and also, it's not fully isolated, but I love doing outreach and dissemination. I really love doing it. I mean, every kind of invitation that I get to for an astronomical association or for an observatory, you know, I mean, a science museum, pint of beer, I always accept, because I think that is a great thing to do, to convince people that we are a very important piece in this huge puzzle, right? And I mean, that science is a really important and exciting thing for society.
So what would be your advice to a younger self or a younger colleague who's only now just starting out in the field?
Well, many. I could tell them many. I also like a lot, being or enjoy a lot being a PhD advisor. I mean, currently I have 3 PhD students, and I had 5 in the past, and a lot of also undergraduate students. So I really enjoy with them because I think that they are the future of the field, right? So first of all, I would tell them enjoy science. I mean, and that they should also enjoy the results. They have great results, okay? So, and also to be precise and determined. This is a very, very important thing. And honest, you know, precise, determined, and honest. Also, realize that if they devote their careers to academic and then and to research, right, they will have unique experience around the world. They should profit from the richness and the variety of cultures that they are gonna live with when doing their PhD or when doing their postdoctoral, when enjoying postdoctoral positions abroad, right? And they should grow up as confident and strong researchers. I mean, because they should be convinced that in the way of solving big questions, tiny steps can make a huge revolution. So, I mean, also, I would tell them don't to be scared when they go for a first time or for a second to a conference to present results, because they should trust their knowledge, because no one knows more about their PhD topic than themselves, you know. So, I mean, they are really also, they are starting to be experts on something. They have plenty of time to broaden their knowledge and their scientific, background, right? But they are already starting to be experts on something. So, to be self-confident, and of course, as I said in the very beginning, to be honest. Honesty is the most important thing, I think. And of course, to enjoy science. These are my advices. So
great, thank you. Okay, so we've reached the end of this interview, and I would like to thank you very much, Olga, for a very stimulating interview and for taking the time to speak with me. And with this, we close this video profile. There will be more profiles that will be published in the future on the EuCAPT webpage. So please check it out at eucapt.org. And with that, thank you for watching, and thank you, Olga, again.
My pleasure.